Okay, so this is generally the meaning. Something about paradise. There was a program here in the UK, The Big Questions, something like that, and they were talking about paradise. And there was a brother on that show, and that was a big mistake. Very big mistake. Because you can't talk about paradise without putting it in the right context. You need to agree. Just as we said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always has a starting point when He builds an argument. Once you agree on this, He takes you to the next level. But you can't jump to the 10th level without having established anything before. So you sit among non-Muslims of all religions or denominations, and atheists, people who don't believe even in God or heaven and earth, and you talk to them about the wine that will be served to the people in paradise and the women. That's out of context. So you give the wrong message. You give the wrong message. So this is why, if you are going to talk about these things, or if you are going to appear on these shows, you make sure that you might say something true, and this is something very beneficial as well. The scholars say, in order to say the right thing, you need to have two qualities or two things, two conditions. You have to say something true, and you have to have what we call al-adl, which is the balance. The conditions have to be ready for that. For example, I can tell you, what did you do yesterday? You might tell me, oh, it's raining outside. What you said is true, but it's not appropriate. There's no adl, there's no balance there. So you might say the true thing, but you don't say it in the right context, and you don't say it appropriately. So you get the wrong results. So it's not enough to say the truth, but you have to put it in the right context, in the right way, at the right time. Because if you say something true at the wrong time, you'll get pain. You have to say the right thing at the right time. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not reveal the Quran altogether. He sent it down in segments in order to cultivate people and get them ready for that level. So you walk into that studio and you appear on TV, and suddenly you're talking to people and they just laugh at you. And they don't laugh at you as a person, they laugh at Islam. I don't doubt definitely the intention, good intention of the brothers who try to help in that. But we need to be careful. You might say something true and get the wrong message across because you had haqq, truth, but you didn't have adl, the balance, appropriateness. You didn't have it. So in order to say something, you need to say the truth, and it has to be appropriate. The conditions have to be right. It has to be the right time for it. This is why sometimes you might see people who try to sometimes defend the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They say something true, but it's in the wrong place at the wrong time. So they bring about a lot of damage. One example, a very famous example, was Ibn Taymiyyah was with some of his students. And I mentioned this to some brothers a couple of days ago. They were the Mughals when they came to Damascus. They claimed to be Muslims, and they were making adhan and salah and everything. They were just like a Muslim state. But they used to kill Muslims, even sometimes for fun. So they were in Damascus. Ibn Taymiyyah was with a group of his students. One of them saw these soldiers drinking alcohol. So he rushed to go and give them advice. You're Muslims, that's haram, you shouldn't be. He thought it was true. It is true. Ibn Taymiyyah saw him, he grabbed him, he said, where are you going? He said, I'm going to give them advice. Enjoin the good, forbid the evil. Amr bil ma'roof wa nahy anil munkar. Yeah? He said, no, don't do that. Because these people, when they're drunk, they keep to themselves. They're busy. But if they wake up, they start killing Muslims. So it is dearer to Allah. That's what he said. فإنه أحب فإن شربهم الخمر أحب إلى الله من قتلهم المسلمين. أو شربهم الخمر أحب إلى الله من صحوهم. The fact that they are drunk is dearer to Allah than they are conscious. You see where? Truth and appropriateness. This is why you see a lot of some obviously well-known names. They appear on TV. We will establish Islam. We will establish Sharia. That's not the way of the Prophet ﷺ. I don't know if Wallahu a'lam, this is all, a game being played and put together. So, say the truth, but that's not enough. Be sure that that's the right time for it. It is said in the right manner, in the right context, to the right person. Al-Mizan. Here, justice, balance. You need to get that. Otherwise, you'll be causing damage. So, not enough. A lot of people argue, well, isn't it true? Am I saying something wrong? No, it's true, but it's not the right place for it. So it brings about damage. So you say haqq and adl. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. He describes in the Quran. وَتَمَّتْ كَلِمَةٌ سورة الأنعام وَتَمَّتْ كَلِمَةُ رَبِّكَ صِدْقًا وَعَدْلًا. And the word of your Lord has been completed and perfected in truth and in justice. Has to have these two conditions. Okay? So these are just reflections. Don't forget that everything there has to do with the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and needs to be put in its right context, that Allah is the omnipotent, the all-powerful. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.